All right, what's up, people?
How you doing?
What's up, Dave?
I'm doing good. What's up with you?
That was pretty fucking tough.
It was.
That's a little ditty called "War Is Coming."
Is that a local artisanal riff writer?
It actually is. It actually is. Yeah, it's a local guy from a local band. It's a bass player that got kicked out of his metal band and still talks to the singer and got permission to use a couple of those old ditties from the late 90s.
There you go.
Not too shabby.
No. So what's been going on?
I don't know, man. What happened since the last time I saw you? I listened to our show. I listened to episode 1.
Did you like it?
I would listen to us if I wasn't one of us. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Not too shabby. It kept me busy going to Queens last week. A little
Yes.
family visit. And I got to say,
you enjoyed it.
I made a few notes, mental notes,
I think it was
things
perfect.
to do.
I mean, people call me confident. I say cocksure. It's
You just like saying cock. I know.
I do. I love.
Well, here we're back at Buckley's Irish Pub in Santa Mauritius, 386 Main Street.
Yes, sir.
And it's our first cheers of the night.
Cheers.
What are you drinking there, pal?
Pint of Guinness as usual.
I got a Bacardi and Diet.
Buckley's Irish Pub pours some of the best Guinness on the island. They do. It's a fact.
It's on the books.
It is. Yeah. You'd be surprised how if you go to a bar and you get a bad pint, it ruins it.
In fact, all right, these are the mental notes I want to stop doing. The fake radio. I knew you were drinking a Guinness because we asked Rob at the bar for a Guinness.
Mm-hmm.
You are right, though. Their Guinness is so good.
Yes.
The tap wasn't ready. He said the Guinness will be a few minutes.
Yes.
He could have poured you any bullshit.
Right.
The bottom of the keg. He did not.
No, because he's an artist.
Dude,
Yeah.
they're an Irish bar. We're not just saying it's an Irish pub.
That doesn't mean anything. I've been to Irish bars with shitty pours.
It's fucking terrible.
It is. It ruins it.
All right. What else?
I mean, we left off last week talking about a story about that I tricked you into believing that I was a Scientologist for months and how I genuinely felt bad.
Why did you feel bad?
Well, because I want to say that you even contacted my wife and said, listen, is Dave really involved in this?
Oh, I did, because I didn't want to hurt your feelings if this was really the journey that you were on.
Right. Because I kept bragging everybody, saying it was self-improvement and making myself sound self-righteous.
Mind you, why would I even care?
Because you're a nice guy.
From a dude I haven't seen in almost 20 years.
Because you're a kind-hearted person.
Hey, did I hurt his feelings? Like, is this for real? And she was like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm like,
well, she's my wife.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
And to be fair, her friends also contacted her. Her friends that are friends with me on Facebook that I, neither here nor there about. And they were like, listen, is this really a thing? Because a lot of them are super religious. And they were like, is this really a thing Dave's doing? And she just said, listen, I'm married to Dave. I don't know what Dave does on a daily basis. He's Dave. Dave's going to Dave. And,
whatever he does to keep himself occupied. Look, when he's not in the house, he's off my guard. He's not on I'm not on the clock.
She's like on a day-to-day basis. I don't know. He doesn't do it to me, so I don't know. It's I have a lot of downtime, and she knows that.
Naturally.
So it's not downtime where you can accomplish a lot, but I can do a lot with social media.
Your downtime, you like to check into fake Scientology churches,
right?
To fool people just for the fucking fun of it.
Yes.
I wish I did creative things like that with my downtime.
And then there was the flat Earth thing too, where I convinced everybody I believed in the flat Earth. Remember that?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I did the same thing. That is something that people get very angry about.
Did you ever see the video? I want to say it's Guam. I want to say Guam. The chancellor of Guam, or like the governor, whoever, the prime minister of Guam. I think it's Guam.
Mm-hmm.
We have U.S. forces. No, I think this was Guam. I do believe it's Guam. I'll double check it.
Yeah, that's the new
the guy
dartboard for North Korea, shall we say?
The guy is at a meeting and he's asking representatives from the U.S., the military, for help. We have to stop occupying and sending troops over there because he's afraid for the people of his island.
Yeah,
that it will get too heavy.
and that it
will topsize.
Yes.
I didn't research this. We didn't plan on talking about this. I don't know what country it is. I don't know if he's a chancellor, president, or prime minister. But when I listen to this, I'll remember to look. I'll share it on our page so you guys could all see the video we're talking about.
I get very deep with the flat Earth thing. Sometimes I find myself going so deep that there's like a 15-minute window where I'm like, oh, this might actually be true. And then I immediately snap out of it when I do the smallest modicum of real research. But then, like my wife, for example, will get very frustrated immediately fly off the handle like, you're such an intelligent guy. I don't know how the fuck you could believe in this. And she starts screaming at me like, listen, relax. We're just messing around. She's like, you don't understand the ramifications if somebody hears you talk like that. I'm like, whoa.
See, she believes that there are secret groups. She believes people are listening.
No.
And Dave, if you say the wrong thing, you could disappear.
That's not it at all. She's afraid of me looking stupid.
And wait. You mean she's not worried about that there might be an Illuminati?
No.
She's not worried about that and that everything's being recorded and you might be hypothetically shooting the shit, but talking about secrets that could be heard and then you'll just disappear. She's just worried about you're being an asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I live with that every day. Yeah. Hey, welcome to the club, pal.
Yeah. No, because when you start to, throwing out like real deal, like I'll wear a flat Earth T-shirt and bumper sticker on my car just to mess with people. I'll go full undercover. I probably missed my calling as an undercover cop,
or some kind of fucking hoax investigator or something.
Right. No, I just love it because it's fun. It's fun to think about it, but. No, I'm the guy. I do have a genuine fear, like that whole Big Brother Orwellian type of situation. We have the Alexa, the Amazon Echo at my house.
Really?
Because I like technology, but I don't because I don't understand it, and it frustrates me. But when I saw this, I voice activated everything, and I bought it, I pre-ordered it, and then when it came to the house, I went, "Oh Jesus Christ, what did I just do?"
But it's cool. You're in on the technology now,
right?
Alexa, play Pink Floyd. Okay. But Alexa. Purchase this from Amazon.
But I said my wife was setting it up for me because obviously, like, I barely know how to work the laptop, and which is just strange because I used to install computers in schools when I was in high school, but I just kind of shut off and became like a hermit. I just don't like it, and so she was setting it up for me. I was like, "How do you turn the microphones off?" She's like, "You don't." I was like, we're done." And she's like, I think it was like $200 too. And she's like, I was like, "Dad, send it back." She's like, "Nah, Dave, we're not doing it." She's like, "Stop it." I'm like, "It's in the kitchen." No way. I was like, when you guys aren't home, you don't know what to do in the kitchen. Please shut it off. You can't have it. It's too much.
I saw that movie Snowden.
The Oliver Stone one.
He came home, and he frantically, if I'm, maybe it wasn't frantic, but he made sure to put a piece of electrical tape over the camera.
You're talking about
on his laptop,
the Ollie Stone one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yes.
I got halfway through.
Good flick. I liked it.
It was the middle of the night. I can't tell you that I finished it because I was too paranoid. I get paranoid about that.
But he knew.
I know when to step out.
He knew the government had the technology to go in through the back door.
Snowden's building a case for a phone. He's building iPhone cases to stop, surveillance.
We need that.
We do.
Well, we also have to be more diligent as citizens. And having Alexa in the house. And not only that, our smartphones. Have you ever noticed, and this is kind of funny that we're talking about it because it did happen, and we actually didn't plan on talking about this. But if I'm talking about a movie, random movie, Anne Margaret, we're talking about, what the fuck movie was it? That she was in Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men, and then we went back to Bye Bye Birdie. Whatever it is that I was talking about.
Yeah, side note, when she ran from that house to that sauna she had installed in Grumpy, that was hot.
She was always hot, even as an older woman.
She's no Helen Mirren, but she's...
They're crediting Helen with being very sexy in her old age. She's not afraid to show her tatas. I'll say tatas.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful.
They're still hers. They're not fake, and they're pretty perky for a 70-year-old.
A perky wouldn't be the word I would use.
Delicious. Fun bags.
No.
I mean, they're still a nice set of tits for an older woman.
Enticing.
I'm going to stop us here because we don't edit this show. It just runs.
And this is going to get graphic in a second.
And I forgot why we were talking about this. Oh, okay. Let's say it was the Anne Margaret movie I was thinking about. And, like, somebody posed the question. It was, whoever I'm hanging out with, talking to. What other movies did they do? So I didn't want to go to IMDb. I wanted to just go do a Google search on Anne Margaret.
Right.
And before I got finished typing A-N, the suggestion said Anne Margaret. Because my phone is listening to my conversations. And then the next time I go on Google... Yeah. It's already anticipated based on what it heard me say.
Right.
And then I said, no, hold on. Did it really just do this?
Yes.
And then Kelly said, we'll try something else. Talk about Harrison Ford. Okay, good. Hey, so I'm really looking forward to checking out the new Harrison Ford movie. I'm a big fan of the Indiana Jones movies. Blade Runner. Okay, whatever. And then I pick up my phone. I type in H-A-R, suggestion, Harrison Ford. I'm like, holy fuck. And then I put this on Facebook, and a ton of people
Oh, yeah, it happens to me all the time.
They're like, oh, yeah, the phone is listening. It's to help you in the search engine. I was like, but it's listening before I activated something to voice record.
Yeah, no, there's ways around it.
And I shut it off.
Yeah,
I shut off that function. Guess what? My phone sucks because now I can't talk to it. I shut the microphone off.
Yeah, that's what I did.
So either we have to literally be off the grid or just accept it, and whatever happens, happens. If you're not doing anything illegal, that's really what people say. Look, if you don't have anything to hide, then you shouldn't worry that your phone is picking up what you're saying.
I mean, to be completely honest, is there some... I mean, I feel bad for the guy who's going to get paid $18 an hour by the government to sit and watch me beat off in the bathroom through my iPhone. I mean, that's a shit job. And if that's what
was that you in Denny's the other day?
I don't go to Denny's. But
oh, okay. Well, somebody was making some fucking noises.
I mean, I still call it moons over my hammy, but...
All right.
But I did actually find something, because we talked about conspiracy theory, and I know you're not a big conspiracy theory nut, but I am. I wouldn't say a nut. I'm just a connoisseur. Well, and I found something interesting that might bring you... I'll bring it in soft. How about a soft landing? The Pigman.
No, hang on a second.
What?
I just got an email.
Okay.
From the producer of the Ron Bennington show.
Okay.
What the fuck is his name? Chris Stanley.
Okay.
Inviting me. They're doing an Unmasked with Pamela Adlon from...
Dude, I fucking love her.
Oh, she's awesome, right?
Oh, dude, she's like top 5 for me.
Do you watch her show?
Yes.
Better Things?
Better Things. I mean, it's weird, but you get a boner when you hear Bobby Hill talk. Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah. She's the voice of Bobby Hill, right.
Oh, yeah.
So I just got invited... I'm on the Bennington list. I've been to a couple of shows.
Right.
Very cool. So I'm going to respond, actually, yes, and I want 2 tickets.
Plus 1.
I would like to bring the partner of my very awesome podcast.
That sounds awesome.
Shit, yeah. All right, so I'm sorry, I cut you off, but I'm pretty excited, you know?
Right. Okay, so back to the Pigman. Conspiracy theory.
Seinfeld?
Yes.
Pigman? There's a Pigman!
It's actually true.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's true. They have mixed human DNA with pig DNA and created a half pig, half man embryo. Whether you believe it or not, I heard it on the Alex Jones show and did not. I did my own research. It's true.
But what is the result of is it a human with pig DNA? Or are we talking
they're growing
embryonic?
Embryonic, and they're
we're
growing,
in a petri dish.
Yes, they're trying to grow organs and such.
Is this to help mankind with
a freak man pig? Yes, a freak man pig. Now, but that also people don't. Maybe we should tell people why that's funny. That's Seinfeld, right?
Of course, there's a pig man
right
in the hospital.
Now, I have another Seinfeld conspiracy theory for you. George made his brother commit suicide.
Okay, hold on. We off the record, off the air, we were talking about something. What was it that you were reading me when we were to the people out there? We were checking our mic levels, and if you listen to the first show, was it on mic? We were talking about Seinfeld, and who knows more about Seinfeld? Yeah, I think so.
Yes, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
You started hitting me with our mic check before we went on the air,
right?
With random quotes. And you were reading a monologue of sorts of Seinfeld. I'm like, that's Seinfeld. What is that?
You can do the research yourself, but that is another conspiracy theory.
But somewhere you had mentioned about George having a brother. What were you reading me earlier?
George has a brother, and his brother committed suicide. And that's why his parents treat him the way they do. And that's why that explains a lot in the show.
Now, so this is a theory?
A fan theory.
A fan theory?
Fan fiction.
Not quite a conspiracy theory.
Well,
but
it's a conspiracy.
Theory.
Well, no. I mean, conspiracy theory obviously, has a certain.
We'll get into that later.
What do I want to say? A stank on it, but it's just as fun. You got to think. I mean, none of this is actual real, but that's why George is who he is, the way he behaves, the way he does. It's all because before the show takes place, he got his brother to commit suicide. And that's why his parents hate him. That's why, for example, his father hoards TV guides and such. Because they started from a point where his brother was born, and they don't want to get rid of him because it would get rid of the memory of his brother. Even so far as you can see hit the urn in the background of some of the shows.
No, I'm going to have to watch this now. You're talking about The Parents' House.
Yes.
Which I believe is supposed to be set in Astoria.
Yes. Yes.
At least I know the Real House was filmed in Astoria when they get that external shot.
There you go.
Oh, look at that! An urn.
An urn in the background.
He's showing me there is actually a picture of an urn. They're in the Costanza's living room.
Castagna's living room. Yes.
All right, well, we're gonna have to put that on the page so people know what we're talking about.
Exactly. And it's grainy footage. It's grainy footage, but it still counts.
Sure, it's an urn. It's not just a vase on the back.
Like some famous other footage we know. Patterson Gimlin footage of my favorite guy,
What's
Bigfoot.
This? Oh, is that the one?
The one
walking in
one.
the swamp?
Right, yeah.
Why is it when nobody had camera phones?
Right.
And
you
I'm
saw
not,
all this shit.
Oh, no, I'm not the first to say this. I've heard this on a million shows.
Yeah.
But before we had the technology to easily just snap a picture whenever we want,
Right.
we had flying saucers, UFOs, Bigfoot, the fucking Loch Ness Monster.
Right. Well, there's some new Loch Ness Monster footage out there, for sure.
But now we all have phones with a camera. We have the capability to take a picture within 3 seconds of seeing something, and nobody has any fresh footage of anything?
No.
Because nothing is out there.
No.
It's all fucked up. It's
Right.
fake.
Right.
UFOs? I've seen some shit driving on a country road. I have seen some random shit. Mm-hmm. My chick was with me at the time. Mm-hmm. We were driving upstate.
And you're like, oh, baby, that's a UFO.
No, not even. We were just like, do you see that? What is that? Nobody says, like, oh, look, a UFO. It was like, holy shit, do you see that?
Right.
And we did. And it kind of hovered. It was a light that had no reason to be following us. It stayed steady with us on the highway.
Yeah, like in Goodfellas with the helicopter.
Yeah, totally. But I wasn't cranked on coke in the middle of the night.
Making sauce during the
We
day.
literally saw
gravy.
It almost looked like one of those Chinese balloons, like those Chinese lanterns you let off.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like that.
Right.
But it followed us on the highway. As I went around a curve, it was always in the same position on my left. And then all of a sudden, it fucking made a left turn, and it just went into the distance.
It's probably not true. It probably didn't happen.
No, I saw it, and my passenger saw it, and we know we saw it. And you always hear stories. This isn't a Jacob's Ladder type thing. It's just, I saw something that could not be explained. And if you told me, oh, yeah, it was a fucking UFO, well, yeah, I do believe that we're not the only things out here. We're not the only species on a planet going to another planet.
That's one thing I don't. I got down with some weird shit. I'm a firm believer in the Fermi paradox.
What is that?
That's the thought that there might have been at one time another species out there, but they're all dead.
Okay.
Like the Johnny Unitas episode of Pete and Pete on Nickelodeon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right, yeah, because you're like way older than me. You're like a good decade older than me.
I was born in 1977.
And I was born in 1981, so that's right there, like I just said.
It's a whole 4 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But no, it was, like it's just a theory that, yeah, there might have been something there, but it's all dead. Like our buddy, or we've all been turned into reptile people. We just don't know.
All right, let me apologize. I've been fucking around with my phone like
You
almost
sure
the
have.
whole time we've been hanging out. Just to set something up for later on. And there's something going on. We're hooked up to the Wi-Fi here, or we're not hooked up to the Wi-Fi. Whatever's going on, wherever we are, is interfering with my ability.
So it's more important than
to do things. No, not at all. But we're all here. We're talking. We're producing the show. It's a little behind the scenes.
Well,
things,
you know what? You just
I just can't. So I want to let you know I'm stopping.
You know what? You just let Mel Gibson go off. You gave the reins to Mel Gibson. And I'll go full conspiracy theory.
All right, so is that what we want to talk about now?
I don't.
What's on our agenda? Because I know we have an agenda.
We
today.
did have an agenda.
I did take some notes.
Scientology was because I did make you believe I was in Scientology, and you contacted my wife because you were worried that.
All right, so we started talking about Scientology.
Right.
Would you like to run with that? Because I did look into a couple of things. I wanted to talk to you about this.
Were you definitely offended by that?
No, I wasn't offended.
You were worried that you thought I would get involved in Scientology.
But why would I be worried? I was more worried that. Are you really doing this?
Is it that bad? Is Scientology that bad?
No, but if it was a joke, I had a few one-liners for you. But if this was serious, I wasn't going to fuck with an old friend. I wasn't going to question you. Right. I just wanted to make sure you were okay, make sure you were in the right headspace.
So you're saying Scientology would not put you in the right headspace?
For the guy that I know, as strong of an individual as he is,
yeah.
To be checking in at Scientology, hey, guess what? Maybe you just paid $200 for an audit. Mm-hmm. Maybe you just wanted to get a reading of your past lives, which I heard they do. Mm-hmm. But maybe you were like all in. And I just inquired, and upon
those
inquiring,
niacin flushes in the sauna. You know?
Yeah. Upon inquiring, I just realized it was an LOL, and I'm like, oh, he got me.
I did snag somebody that will remain unnamed, and I felt bad about that. We talked about that the last time, off air. When somebody made fun of it, and I was like, "Oh, is that really where you want to be, making fun of?" And I just dressed them down in front of everybody on social media, and they just left me alone.
I thought you had given me an answer like that too. I'm just like, "Everything okay?" And you were just like, I thought you replied something like, it's your journey, and I shouldn't question the journey, or something like that. I'm like, "Oh, maybe he's really going," and that's when I contacted your wife.
Yes, but I don't think it's that. If I had to pick any of them, well, I look at it this. Okay, so now say if you were to say the analogy that religions were like relationships. Scientology is like gay marriage. Regular, like, heterosexual marriage is like the Westboro Baptist Church. Just hate-filled and full of curses.
Sure.
Scientology on the outside looks really great and awesome. Like, there's some great things about it. But at the end of the day, there's a hierarchy. You got bears, you got otters, you got queens. There's a lot going on there. It's all, you have to do some research to figure out what's going on, and it seems a little crazy, and at the end of the day, you're still eating dicks. I mean,
All right, so we just compared being gay and having a homosexual lifestyle to Scientology.
No,
but that there are levels of secrecy. There's a level of approval.
Right.
You can say you're into something a little bit, but don't go over that.
Yes.
So as far as Scientology goes, you're dipping your toe in the water. That's kind of like hanging out with dudes, but you're not full on rainbow yet.
You just don't know what you're getting into until you're fully into it.
Well,
yeah.
I just don't know. I don't know where this is going, but we planned on talking about this. We mentioned it on the last show. Mm-hmm. So I think we pretty much already shit away 24 minutes of the show while I was fumbling with my phone.
It's true.
But I'm in the game. I hope I didn't fucking bore everybody.
So take the reins for a
20
while.
minutes.
Take the reins from Mel Gibson over here.
Well, let's talk about Scientology.
Right.
I hear, and I watched the first season. If we're going to talk about Scientology, here's what I do know.
Right.
I watched an HBO documentary called Going Clear, right?
You watched the Louis Theroux movie, too.
I don't know what that is.
It's a British documentary. Definitely recommend checking it out.
A documentary?
Documentarian.
Oh, he is a documentarian.
Yes.
He did a
documentary. That's what I said.
Okay.
I could have misspoken.
You'll hear it when you listen on the way to work next week. See, was that a fake laugh? I found myself fake laughing a bunch of times on our first episode.
We've already talked about this.
But not on the air.
I believe we have.
See, that's the problem. We can't have conversations before we actually hit record.
Right.
Because I don't know what we said behind the scenes, on the air, off
You
air.
did.
Either way, I'm not going to fake laugh anymore.
Don't.
I try not to. Ah, shit. But, all right, Scientology. I've been watching, I saw the first season of the Leah Remini show.
Okay.
I don't know its official name. I didn't write it down.
I think it's just...
whatever it is. It's her show.
Yes.
I saw the first season. Mm-hmm. I've seen clips here and there. Apparently, the second season is more intense.
Right.
I mentioned Ron Bennington earlier.
Yes.
I do listen. I mean, look, you can't be on the radio or do a podcast without listening to talk. I know you're a big Joe Rogan fan. Mm-hmm. You listen. I listen to Opie and Sam.
Oh, yeah. I caught that a few
or
times.
Sam and Jim, whatever it is. And Opie and Anthony are defunct. And Opie and Jim show, that's defunct. So I've stayed with their franchise, and I do listen to talk radio. And totally lost my train of thought. But I heard on one of the formats I was listening to that Scientology is all but dead. It's all but fallen.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
they're gonna credit Leah Remini's show for bringing all of this scandal and abuse and just illegal activities to the masses.
I think the more accurate statement would be the internet did that, because a lot of those buildings they're basically a real estate company at this point.
Oh, they own a lot of property.
But it's all empty. It's like basically North Korea. I'll bring it back to North Korea. They're basically North Korea now. They basically own a bunch of empty buildings that they name something fancy, and then it's never filled with anything.
Oh, it's just a bunch of lies and threats? Mm-hmm. A bunch of false fronts.
Right.
Well, listen, for an organization that is just filled with a bunch of false fronts,
okay,
how about the list of celebrities that are Scientologists? I mean, I'm not here to make fun of it. It is a religion. Is it a religion? Technically, they're tax exempt.
They sell for that purposes, but everybody uses it. I think at first they sell it as self-help, and I think that first that first level of Scientology could be pretty helpful to most people because it's basically self-help.
It's very motivational. Look into yourself. You know,
and then once you reach a certain level, they kind of just then move it towards like that weird stuff. But at first, it is just self-help, and then it's religious at its base.
Well, I don't even know what to say about that. I don't have an opinion on it. I don't judge people for whatever they want to do. I was born Catholic. I was raised Catholic.
Okay.
I was very confused and fucked up growing up. Didn't understand the hypocrisy and the contradictions between real life and religion.
Okay.
And as an adult, I just say I'm a non-practicing Catholic. I don't want to go out and say I'm agnostic, I'm atheist, I don't believe. I'm a non-practicing Catholic. That means I was brought up in a Catholic household with old school Italians and Catholics and just questioned everything since the day I could think for myself, and nothing made sense. So I'm a non-practicing Catholic. However, you can just call me an atheist. I really don't believe. But non-practicing Catholic sounds a little better. I'm not fucking the church. I'm not, I'm not poo-pooing anything, and I don't judge people. Just like Scientology is a religion, technically, so to each his own. I am fascinated with the irony and the contradiction that it's made up.
Okay.
It's science fiction.
Right.
But the celebrities that endorse it, the celebrities that are members.
Dude? Tommy Cruise is great, dude. Tommy Cruise is like the man.
Well, I'll tell you. Well, we're going to now go to my list because he's number one on the list.
All right, let me knock down your list.
All right.
I know. Are you saying these people are silly because they're Scientologists? Or are you poo-pooing them, as you say, the word poo-poo?
No.
Are you scatting them?
Here's what we got going on, because I do like to call myself a producer now. That's a nice title.
Yeah, Harry Seward.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's my partner. He's my silent partner. As you can tell, or you can see on our Facebook page,
yes,
Half Cock Conversations.
Half
on
Cock
Facebook.
Combo, yeah.
No, it's Half Cock Conversations on Facebook.
Right.
At Half Cock Convos. You can see I posted a bunch of links.
Right.
And those links that I posted was where I got my information from. So anybody who's listening that wants to follow up and check out what we're talking about, they can always go to our page.
People wouldn't want to think you came into this conversation half cocked.
Yeah, that would be unprofessional.
Silly.
Speaking of, I will need a refill soon. But before we take a break for a refill, let's talk about, I did compile a list of celebrities. Okay, and you mentioned Tom Cruise.
Right.
Who was married to who? Katie Holmes.
Before that.
But
Rita.
He brought her in.
Yes.
But she left.
Yes.
She is not a Scientologist.
Yes.
She's also on my list of Scientologists who left.
I will say what you will about the man, but goddamn it, he's almost 60 years old. Look at him.
No, he looks great.
He's fantastic. Still does his own stunts to this day.
But
something's got to be good. I mean, Jerry O'Connell could laugh at him all he wants to, but I mean,
hold on.
Okay, you struck a chord here.
Because it's random. I happen to have once seen. I think we talked about this off mic another time. Jack Reacher.
Right.
That's another movie. He claims to do all of his own stunts, right?
Yes.
But there's a shot where you can clearly see his stunt double doing nothing more than crouching down behind a rock. Now, maybe that's because crouching down behind a rock isn't a stunt.
It's reshoots, yeah.
It's just like, it's some B-roll, maybe.
Reshoots. I will not let you sully the good name of Thomas Cruise. But Thomas Mapother Cruise.
But, wow, you know too much about this. I'm going to move on. I just want to say, if your claim, not that that's your claim to fame, but people know you for having outrageous insurance policies on a movie set because you insist on doing all of your own stunts.
Right, he's a hell of a motorcycle rider, too.
But when there's B-roll and stock footage of your character...
Doing reshoots?
Ducking down...
Reshoots?
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
Couldn't you just do that? He's having a latte.
So it's really not his. It's really not his problem. It's not his fault.
You know what? He's not. Honestly, I feel bad saying latte because he probably doesn't drink milk. He's beyond dairy. He's probably doing push-ups somewhere, just bettering himself.
He's hydrating with some Aqua 4.
No. I would
water.
Say, he wouldn't even do that. He would be doing push-ups, looking in the mirror, telling himself how great he is, and just moving on with life. While some guy ducks behind a corner and gets paid minimum wage or whatever they call it.
Literally,
scale.
No, he was hiding behind a rock.
He's getting paid scale while Tom Cruise is bettering himself somewhere.
You know what? I almost wish I didn't bring it up because you know where we are? We're at the same point in the conversation we were last time we just shooting the shit about it. It's not the actor's fault. Actually, you remember you told me that. It's not the actor's problem. That is a continuity problem.
Right.
Whoever's job it is to watch the film or the dailies at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't think they're watching it in HD because anybody with a good TV can see that is not Tom Cruise.
Or people
the
just
hair
do
is
his job
different, the
drunk.
body build is different.
I mean, who knows? But did it actually make it into the movie?
It did.
All right. So.
Listen, this is a tangent we're going on that I didn't want to. But
All right. So next name.
I think next show we'll talk about all of our favorite movies and the inconsistencies we've noticed, continuity problems.
We'll come back to that.
All right. Anyway,
Next name.
It's something I always like.
Don't
Next
bring up
name.
Tom Cruise in a bad light.
All right, John Travolta.
What about him?
John Travolta, actually, he's a member in good standing. He's a member of the Scientology Church.
Kelly Preston, right?
We're going to get to that. She's another member as well. John Travolta. I do know this because I saw specials. I saw documentaries. I did read some stuff, and not just today.
Dude likes his massage.
Oh, boy. Okay. He actually credits Scientology with his success going back as far as Welcome Back, Kotter. As a young teenager in the 70s, walked into a Scientology place on the street.
Okay.
And he got his audit, and he was read, and in the early stages, it's not cultish. It's very
self-helpy.
Self-help, promotion, self-awareness. Right. You can do it. Rah, rah, rah. Look within yourself. And he followed the basics that they were teaching him. You can be your better self and all that stuff. And wouldn't you know it, he got the audition for Welcome Back, Kotter.
It seems completely plausible.
No, it's absolutely. From Welcome Back, Kotter came Grease. From Grease came Saturday Night Fever, or vice versa. I might have my movies out of order. He credits his entire success, his whole career on TV and movie, to Scientology. And that is a man who isn't as into it as Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is their number one celebrity. I do believe John Travolta is the number two celebrity.
Well, I mean, if you were David Miscavige, would you pick Tom Cruise or John Travolta?
It's all good. They're all good in my book. They're just actors who happen to be Scientologists.
Right, but if you were picking your main dude, are you going to pick, Tidy Whitey's Mr. Risky Business, or are you picking Wild Hog's fucking rug-wearing John Travolta?
I have no comment. I don't know. I mean, I know you're trying to be funny, and I don't have a comeback for it. So
I'm just saying.
It's okay.
I'm a Tom Cruise fanboy, admitted.
No, that's fine. Obviously, you know the guy's middle name. What is it, Maurice?
Mapother. And that's actually no, that's his real last name.
Mapother. His name is Thomas Mapother.
Yes. His cousin was in that. Remember that movie about that serial killer, the
Zodiac?
Yeah. Remember the guy who looked a little weird with the big nose? He was the reporter, not the cop.
Okay.
That's his cousin. He's an actor, and his last name is Mapother.
Is he a Scientologist?
Don't believe so.
I didn't check. I don't know.
They don't. I want to say no.
Well, how about this one? John Travolta. Not only crediting his entire successful career to Scientology and the inner light and the strength it gave him and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Battlefield Earth. He starred in a movie based on a story written by L. Ron Hubbard.
LRH, yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no, it was a terrible movie.
I haven't seen it.
Well, Forrest Whitaker, he was in that movie. I don't believe he's on the list.
I mean, not everybody in the movie was a Scientologist. I'm just saying, from his career, he credits Scientology with all of his success.
He's towing a company
and he paid it back by doing and starring in that movie.
Fair enough.
Whether it was a bomb or not, I don't know.
All right.
Also on the list, Beck, the musician Beck.
Okay.
But if I'm not mistaken, Beck was born into it.
So, forgivable.
He has no idea of anything else. Just like I was raised Catholic. Whether it made sense or not, my parents believe, my grandparents believe.
Okay.
You know what is instilled in your household.
Right.
So he's a Scientologist. I mean, big whoop.
No, nothing. I have nothing
I like
against
Beck.
It. Yeah.
I'm not going to judge somebody on their religion.
You're kind of judging.
But there's kind of something like, yeah, but your religion is Scientology. There's a stigma there.
There's a stigma.
But like, okay, look, you're Catholic, you're Jewish, you're Protestant, you're agnostic. Okay, to each his own. You're a Scientologist. The fuck is wrong with you? But he was born into it. He has no other outside world. He doesn't know.
No.
All right, so you can't fault the guy. Hey, I'm just reading off the list. I don't really have an opinion. What about Giovanni Ribisi?
Great actor. Gone in 60 Seconds. Great movie.
Yeah?
You ever seen Gone in 60 Seconds with Nick Cage?
Oh, I have.
Great movie.
Yeah, very good.
Top 5.
Now, famous Scientologist, and also might have been born into it.
But I heard he's a little wacky just in general.
He is a wacky guy.
Right, that's what
I don't think that's because
method
he's a
acting.
Scientologist.
I think method acting does that to people.
He's out there.
Well, no, I mean, he's not cobbling shoes with Daniel Day-Lewis, but he's still pretty wacky.
I have his mother is a Scientologist also, which leads me to believe he was born into it.
Okay.
Now, she's actually a famous Hollywood agent.
Okay.
And I do believe her specialty is actors and actresses who happen to be Scientologists.
Okay, makes sense.
So nothing like keeping it going, keeping everybody working, keeping the Scientology going, you know.
That's how they make their money.
It's like, hey, you want this role, maybe you sign up and become a Scientologist and be a better you, and then you'll get the roles you want.
Right.
Elizabeth Moss.
Don't know who that is.
On Mad Men, Peggy Olson.
Oh.
The cute redhead.
Mad Men, yeah.
Scientologist.
Right.
You didn't know.
No.
See, not like it matters.
No.
This is interesting to some people.
It's not. I think it's a non-issue at this point.
I hate to think this list is going to shit.
It is. I believe your research is shit.
Well, how about this? You know what? Well,
because these people, I think it's a non-issue, and you know what? It's not shit because this is a good life lesson right here. I don't think what gets you through a day-to-day situation matters. As long as it gets you through, you're fine. I think it's Scientology. It's wacky.
Well, not only is it wacky, and let's not just grace over the fact that we're talking like we think it's an act. I think it's an act of science fiction.
Because how many more regular people are Scientologists as opposed to celebrities?
Well, plenty of them. However, we are now coming into the realization that Scientology is quite hostile. They've threatened their members. They've threatened their members' families. They've abused people in their own church.
Okay.
Their Sea Org and their camps are out at sea. Mm-hmm. People living on ships in international waters, free
like
from
that Cuba Gooding Jr. movie he did right after Jerry Maguire.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not even going to fake it. I said right, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah,
I was hoping you'd elaborate, but then I'm like, don't be fake. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's why he fell off. You don't remember that?
What do you mean he fell off? Like, stop doing movies?
Well, right after his riding high on Jerry Maguire?
You mean the movie with Tom Cruise?
Right, that's why.
You
just spoiled it. Right after that, he did a movie where he played a straight guy that went on a gay cruise pretending to be a gay drag queen.
Yes.
And then after that, it was just done. Because Tom Cruise is that powerful.
Well, maybe
I don't know. I mean,
maybe he just did a shit movie.
Possibly. But Overboard was great, and Kurt Russell is still doing movies.
All right, well, I mean, there's more of a point here than I have a list of celebrities. If you
McCarthy, you tell me.
Talking to guys like me and you about Scientology and what we know about the Leah Remini show and exposing all of the bad things and the hostility and the violence and the torture, literally torture going on to these members, disassociating from family and all kinds of stuff.
Okay. I have a quick question. So, when you wrote that list...
Today.
With a pen.
I did this today.
With a pen?
Yes.
What color was the ink?
Black.
So this is a black list.
Oh, no, I'm not blacklisting anybody.
Okay, I'm just asking.
Oh, cut it out. You and your wordplay. No, but I'm just saying, like, we expect more of our celebrities, maybe. We put our celebrities... Why? We put them on a high status for like role models. They're role models.
Why?
But then again... No, don't ask me why. I'm just telling you, people do.
Okay.
I don't. Fuck them. I'm just saying people do.
So you don't put Jerry Seinfeld on a bit of a pedestal.
He's a good comedian with a great show. We'll go back to Seinfeld again. I like it. I watch it a lot. It's on the DVR.
You just watch it a lot.
If I was a Nielsen house, there would be more Seinfeld on. Let me tell you. I'm just saying, when we're learning now about Scientology, that these celebrities, actors and actresses and musicians that are technically role models to a lot of people, I think they're misrepresenting everything when now there's a lot of discoveries coming out.
All joking aside, it is a negative thing. I will.
We also have Kirstie Alley.
She's gorgeous.
She's obviously a Scientologist through John Travolta.
Right, but she's... I mean, I'm not usually a man for the thicker milkshake, but... There's something about her.
Veronica's Closet, very big, but still very sexy. It is not. Listen, I've said it before.
Because I had the same thing for Ricky Lake too.
Well, she's another great example. I've said it before. It's not your size; it's how you wear it. It's how you present yourself to the public. You can be fat, you could be large, you could be big boned, whatever you want to call it, and still look fucking dynamite.
Yes.
Or you could just be a slob. It's not your size, it's how you show it off to the world.
Right.
And a lot of celebrities have stylists.
But
they
you know
have
what?
wardrobes,
It's weird,
and they
'cause-
all look awesome.
Didn't she have that weird like?
She's always gone up and down in weight. Jenny Craig, spokesperson, and whatnot.
I forgive me
You are forgiven, my son.
for this tangent, but didn't nice one.
Fuck.
Christy Alley have that weird like fake reality show that she was making fun of her weight, her like religion.
Was it My Fat Life or
Something
something?
like that,
She
and-
did something. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
and
a
it
big
was-
girl with a reality show.
And it was like completely off the handle. She was drunk. She was eating cigarettes. I remember I watched the thing because, dude, I told you I got a thing for her.
I think people do stupid things once they're on
But
a
no,
reality
but
show.
John Travolta was on it.
He was.
And they were joking around like
He
it was
was.
like it was a big gimmick like that. I think they played off of it like it was a joke. They didn't take Scientology too seriously, I think. And I think that was a nice moment.
You mean the guy that starred in Battlefield Earth?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Danny, what's his name from
DeVito?
No,
Danny?
from what is it? Friday Night Fever or something like that. Saturday Night Fever. Yeah, the movie with the suit. You know.
Oh, Danny Zuko.
Yeah, that's
from Greece.
No, what was his name in Saturday Night Fever?
I don't know.
Nah, neither do I. It's been years.
All right.
Moving on.
You see what happens when we go off script?
Half cocked.
That's all right. We are. I'm just waiting for you to finish that because we're going to need a refill soon. All right. How about Laura Prepon? That 70s show? Orange is the New Black?
She ruined herself.
How do you figure?
She dyed her hair black.
Oh, that was for the role.
You're done.
But hold on. She was a redhead on that 70s show that then dyed her hair blonde. So she's gone all three colors.
But blonde is better than black.
Blondes have more fun.
Again, nothing. I mean, Danny Masterson, too, wasn't he?
How do you know that? Yeah, that's on my list.
Oh, dude, I told you I go deep in conspiracy theory.
You apparently did. Yeah, I have Danny Masterson and I believe his brother.
Yeah.
All Scientologists.
But I think they were born into it, too, right?
I don't know. I just assumed it was a link between that 70s show and then the both Masterson brothers were like, hey, that's cool, let's do that. I don't know. I just have a list of who is and who isn't and who left.
Okay.
So, Jason Lee.
Yes.
From Mallrats.
Thrasher skateboards, you know.
My Name is Earl. I heard he left, and he's very quiet about it. He is not being shunned by the church for leaving because he's very respectful about it. He hasn't said anything bad about the church. But,
also into great motorcycles, too.
But he left.
Yeah.
Kelly Preston. Married to Travolta, right? So maybe that was a couple's thing as well.
Yes.
And I believe the daughter left also. I have that written down somewhere. I don't know the name.
So ultimately, where are you going with this list?
I just have Lisa Marie Presley was also a Scientologist but left.
Yeah, but she also made out with Michael Jackson on TV.
That was disgusting.
It was
weird. It was awkward. It was very forced. You remember that? It was
and she's a good-looking girl.
One of the award
I don't know
shows.
If it's like she is Elvis, but she does look like him. But
she was gorgeous when she was with Michael Jackson, and I think that whole Michael Jackson
she still
thing
is though. No?
was a publicity stunt because that's when Michael Jackson rumors started coming out. Not that he was gay, but he was just so weird. They wanted to know what's this guy up to. They started questioning him, and then this big public kiss, and it was an awkward kiss.
It was terrible.
It was like I've kissed my grandma like that, like just awkward.
Well,
stiff-lipped, dry kiss on TV. It was fucking forced.
He just went home and hung out with Bubbles.
Well, what is this list? What are we getting out of this? I just made a list. Let's just go through it.
I have not.
Not all of it needs to be
I'm not
discussed.
a fan of McCarthyism, so I don't know what the list is all about. Oh, I mean, I've seen Schindler's List once.
Did you make out during Schindler's List?
No.
Jerry did. No. All right, so we got Kelly Preston, married to Travolta. Maybe there was a Scientology link there. Sonny Bono was, but he left. Technical difficulties going over there. Oh, we also have, we're at Buckley's Irish Pub at 386 Main Street in Santa Mauritius, and Kindred is back. Caitlin and Joe, they're setting up over there, and somebody dropped I think it's their tip bucket. Maybe they're working for shekels. It happens. I've been there. Put a little hat out, whatever. Leah Remini, I mean, duh. Not only was she a member, but she left.
Yeah.
And she is obviously publicly speaking about it. She has a show about it. That's how we started talking about this. Sonny Bono, he also left. Juliette Lewis. Now, she's weird And I fully believe she's all in on Scientology because she's just out there. She's one of those actresses that's
punk band too.
She's weird. She does a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
She's like a poor man's Gina Gershon, I think. You know, if there's anything she's
Gina Gershon, apparently very
she's
racist.
Fucking wonderful, is she?
According to I listened to her Mark Maron interview. And she used the word "mammy" a couple times.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I don't think it was ironic, or if she told Mark she had a mammy.
Man, really? Well, maybe you know what? If she's from the South,
she's from L.A.
Is that part of the South? It is.
What, L.A. County?
I don't know. California? You're in the South. Maybe she's old school with an old school mama and had a mammy. I don't know. So that's Juliette Lewis. Bijou Phillips, who I mistook with Busy Phillips.
Yes.
I'm a big fan of Busy Phillips. Ever since she was in that, what was that show? Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
And then
the blonde one.
The blonde one from
Not the one who
Cougar
had sex
Town.
with her dad.
I don't know who had sex with her
dad. I think
dad.
the mamas and the papas, the Phillips. The one had
Wilson Phillips.
No, that's the Beach Boys.
Okay.
I think Bijou Phillips, the one who had sex with her dad, right?
No, Mackenzie Phillips from
Phillips. The mamas and the papas, right?
One Day at a Time.
Yes.
Yes. No, they're all related. Just she wasn't in the band. She was the kid.
That's a spider web of incest right there.
Yeah,
huh?
absolutely.
Oh, it's disgusting.
But no, it's Bijou Phillips, but I mistook her for Busy Phillips, who I absolutely love.
She's the blonde one. Yeah, I think she's a little. She's got broader shoulders.
Any big Amazon bombshell who is also a fashionista wearing awesome dresses and heels, I'm a puppy
You're a very
dog.
visual guy.
Absolutely. I've been watching porn since I was 8 years old, and I'm completely fucking desensitized. We'll get into that another day. I'm not planning on talking about that right now.
Okay.
Isaac Hayes.
Yes.
Isaac Hayes was a member, and in fact, he quit South Park after they did the Scientology episode.
Trapped in the Closet.
He was was that the one making fun of Tom Cruise?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the Scientology episode, and he finished his work, and then he politely walked off the show. And now Chef is no longer Isaac Hayes because of that.
Right.
He's so much a Scientologist that he felt insulted, and he quit his fucking job.
And then he died.
And he's dead, right?
Yes.
Because of this. No, I'm not all up on that.
You didn't know he was dead, did you?
I'm not all up on that.
You didn't know?
You said, wait a minute. I got another Preston. How about Priscilla Preston?
Who's that?
From The Naked Gun.
Huh?
There's a few Prestons.
No.
You've got... I'm sorry. Kelly Preston, not Presley. Okay, Kelly Preston's somebody else. I'm reading Priscilla Presley and her mother.
Yes.
Or daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We fucked up earlier.
Yes, we did.
You're going to figure that out. I can't wait to hear that again. Oh, yeah, okay.
This might not ever get released.
Oh, I'm sure it will. We can't do this much longer. They're about to start playing. Jeff Conway.
Danny Zuko.
Oddly enough.
Oh, no, Kamiki.
No, that's Kamiki.
Yeah.
There might be a Grease connection there, too. Maybe John Travolta
hooked him up.
Got his buddy in.
Right.
And oddly enough, he actually credits Scientology for his sobriety in 2008.
Okay.
But then he OD'd in 2011, so, you know. But, yeah, he's a documented Scientologist. Ann Archer, Scientologist. Jenna Elfman. Billy Sheenan.
Archer?
Ann Archer? The actress?
I don't know who that is.
She's an actress. I have no notes on her. She's just on my list. Jenna Elfman, Billy Sheenan, the bass player from Mr. Big.
Yes.
And Steve Vai. Who else? The Winery Dogs, which is that fucking super band with Mike Portnoy from Dream Theater.
Okay.
All right, whatever. And David Lee Roth. No. Billy Sheenan played with David Lee Roth.
I was going to say, no. Boy, he's definitely not a Scientologist.
Now, how about this one? Will Smith, actively recruited for Scientology, but was never actually a member.
Right.
I just read that today. He's obviously a public voice. He's brought people to Scientology, so he's obviously on their payroll somehow. Really, that's all I have.
All right.
Now I have. Is this the members that left? I'll tell you the truth. My list of Scientologists that left is longer than the people that are in it. We talked about the Mastersons.
Is this because we decided to have a topic of Scientology, or do you actually have a bone to pick with Scientology?
No, but we've talked about the celebrities that are Scientologists publicly. But Leah Remini's show is bringing to the public...
So do you have a crush on Leah Remini? Is that what I'm getting at?
No,
she's very gorgeous.
Not since King of Queens, really.
No, she's got a thing.
All right, it's not my thing.
You don't? No, really?
No, but she's really blowing the lid off of something that people do talk about.
My pants.
Oh, nice. Well, listen, all the credit to her. She's blowing the lid on this big conspiracy, and she's uncovering stuff while she's giving you a boner.
I understand. Well, it's a very awkward boner.
So now we have our opinions. I have my opinions about these public figures who are publicly known Scientologists, while people are constantly, every day, more news comes out discrediting Scientology. So here's a list of the celebrities that have left, and they're public about leaving. Like Jason Lee was not public about leaving. Okay. He left, and he's doing the right thing. He's not shit-talking them, but he left.
Okay.
Danny Masterson from that 70s show, and his brother Chris
left
from Malcolm in the Middle. I have them on my list as not being members anymore. Right? Hold on.
I think you messed up your list.
Told the story. Jason Biggs, Lisa Marie. Oh no, this is still my list of fucking active members.
Yes.
Danny Masterson and his brother Chris. There might be a Laura Prepon tie-in. Maybe they were all recruited. Ethan Suplee. You know who Ethan Suplee is?
Yes.
He's the big guy
Sailboat.
So when do I get to see the fucking boat?
Schooner.
Or whatever it
Schooner.
was. Yeah,
a schooner is a sailboat.
That guy. He was also in American History X. Yes. Very fat in American History X.
He's lost a bunch of weight.
And, yes, and he was much thinner in My Name is Earl.
Yes.
With Jason Lee. So maybe there's a tie-in there as well. I noticed if there's a celebrity and another celebrity, you'll notice they did a movie or something together. As you can hear, Kindred is playing. I guess they're a little... No, they're on time. We're a little late.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to interfere. I hardly hear it in my headset. So
well, I mean,
hopefully we have good quality.
If you're
going
hearing
on.
this now, it didn't interfere.
Exactly. All right, so I'm going to run through this list just as a hey, did you know? Greta Van Susteren.
News.
From CNN and Fox News.
Is she still on?
Scientologist. You know, she's a public figure. I
don't
know where she
is
or
on
what
the
channel.
Air?
Oh, she's on the air, isn't she?
I don't remember the last time I've seen it, but I don't want to watch a lot of CNN, but I just...
I'm not your political guy. I don't know.
You hate politics, as per our...
You know this already. Just fucking leave me out of it. I'm pretty sure she's still on the news. I just can't tell you where. Catherine Bell, actress. Catherine Bell, she's a Scientologist.
Kristen Bell or Catherine Bell?
I got Catherine Bell. I'd hate to think I misread my own notes.
Or Lake Bell.
No, not Lake, but that's how this show is going. Is it? I know Kristen Bell is an actress.
You're completely unprepared.
Kristen Bell is on Chicago
you're half-cocked.
PD. Kristen Bell?
I don't know.
Oh,
you made the list.
Listen, if anybody listens to this, you contact us and you call me out on my fucking shit
at Half-Cocked Conversations.
Yeah. No, they can email us at halfcockedconvos@gmail.com
or Facebook at Half-Cocked Conversations.
Traffic and transit on the ones. We are at Buckley's Irish Pub, 386 Main Street, Santa Mauritius, New York. All right, so we're obviously, maybe I'm fucking beating a dead horse. Maybe as
we're struggling through this one.
As prepared as I seem to be, there's nothing to talk about. I just have a list.
No, there's plenty to talk about. What did you do this week?
I'll tell you.
Throw the list. Let's get real.
Let's get real. I'll tell you what I did. I compiled this list. Now I'm going to tell you the Scientologist celebrities that left. And that's really what I want to get to, because they're publicly leaving Scientology while Leah Remini is discrediting them and exposing them for a lot of illegal activities. Celebrities that left. Obviously, Leah Remini, right? Jason Lee, we mentioned earlier, and Katie Holmes through her famous split with Tom Cruise. Lisa Marie Presley left. Paul Haggis, or Haggis. You know Paul Haggis? He's a director.
Yeah.
In 2009, he said that he realized he was in a cult for 34 years. Everybody knew it. Why didn't he know it? So people have snapped out of it. They were in it.
It happens.
We're talking 34 years, and all of a sudden you wake up and realize, holy shit, I'm in a cult. I'm wasting my money, and I'm misrepresenting myself.
Yeah.
So people are having an awakening, as they do with every religion.
Yeah.
I had a Catholic awakening. I don't believe anything. I'm a non-practicing Catholic.
Okay.
Because I realized I like it to be proven.
Okay.
People in Scientology want it to be proven, and they realize it's not being proven. This is all a fucking con artist gag. You know, this is I got an elixir for you, a snake oil salesman, whatever cures you. You know.
Okay.
Jeffrey Tambor, Scientologist.
No. Hey now.
Hey now. Hey now.
Really?
I even wrote that down. Hey now. Hey now.
Really? No, really?
Yeah, he was, and he left.
How long? That's news to me. You
fucked my list, right? Yeah. Let's talk about something else.
I mean, yeah, come on. I mean,
how about Christopher Reeves?
I did know that.
Christopher Reeves was an entry-level Scientologist. He went there as a young actor. Everybody did in the 70s, right?
Level.
They were giving him his audit. They were doing the electrolysis thing, hooked up the meters to him, and they were asking him about his past lives.
He got wrecked down from the neck down.
Well, that's to come, sir. Yes. The famous thing, or the most notariable thing, notariable?
That's not a word.
Fuck me. You know what I'm trying to say.
I do not. I'm gonna leave you hanging here.
I'm gonna leave you without.
I'm gonna leave you with you and your list right here.
I'm half cocked, and you can tell the vocabulary has gone down the shitter as I've been drinking rum and cokes. Christopher Reeve lied on his past lives interview to the employer, the employee, and the auditor doing the electro probes fucking analysis.
Okay.
And he came to the realization that while he was lying, while he was supposed to be in a deep trance, he said he wasn't going to pretend. And he started lying about his past life. And the person giving the audit and doing the interview bought into it and started selling him on it. And he realized this is all bullshit. I'm lying to this person. They're supposed to know that this is fake. And they want money from me. And it's fake.
Yeah.
So he had the wherewithal. He was wise enough to get out of it.
Okay.
And he told his story about that. It was all bullshit. I don't know. What do you want from me? That's all I got. I'm going to say...
End of your list?
No, it's not.
Oh, here we go.
Another famous actor, Jason Beeg or Jason Beege from Chicago PD.
Never seen
He's the one that talks like this. He actually, his voice sounds like he's been like swallowing glass.
Okay.
It's ridiculous, but it's his real voice. It's really harsh. He was on the HBO documentary Going Clear. And he told his story and claims that Scientology is all about brainwashing you. It's about turning you into a robot version of yourself. And he said he thought it was bullshit, but like all religions and all cults, you might think something's not right, but it's helping me. He found the help he needed, but he knew it was bullshit when, to get to the next level, they wanted him to pay a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
And when he got to that certain level, all of the books that they gave him, which is like not their Bible, but it's their version of the Bible.
It's the next chapter. With Xenu and all that stuff, yeah.
Yes. He got to that chapter or that book when he said nothing started to make sense. It went from something he could believe in to...
self-help to wacky religion.
Exactly. It went from self-help to science fiction and aliens and shit that just did not make sense. And he said he also thought that they were literally running out of ideas, and it was written as if an elementary school student wrote this part of the book. The language had changed, the stories were not believable, and it had lost the lesson. So he started to believe maybe it was a moneymaker, and it was just given to some jackass who was going to write the next chapter.
Okay.
And it wasn't proofread, and it was just like, I don't know, but he's out, and he talks publicly against it for being absolute bullshit. Sonny Bono was a member and left. Candice Bergen, we talked about her last week from Murphy Brown, your daughter's namesake.
Well, okay, you know what, I think...
a strong female role.
No.
She has the smarts to fucking get out of a cult.
I think as the list goes on, I think at a certain point, too, in history, maybe the 70s, the Church of Satanism was very popular with Hollywood elite.
Oh, it was something new.
And like Sammy Davis Jr. even made a TV show.
Necronomicon and all that shit.
No, yeah, like no, Anton LaVey and all that stuff.
Yes, wasn't he the writer
and I think
of
that
the
was a
Satanic
popular.
Bible?
I think all these people you're naming that nobody knows anymore. I think it was just like a fad. Like somebody was like, "Oh, dude, I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to do it too. If this producer's doing it, I'm going to do it too." And
then once it becomes the thing to do.
It becomes the thing to do. And that's why these things are all based out of California or Clearwater.
Because that's where your actors and actresses and celebrities
and
are.
They're all
and
impressionable.
It's the thing to do.
Right.
And back in the day, it was the way to further your career. If you were a starving artist or a musician...
We've all seen that scene in Fame when that poor girl had to take her top off.
Oh, was that a very special episode?
Very special. Well, it was a movie, but sure.
Oh, okay. Oh, the movie.
The movie Fame, come on.
I'm not familiar. I assumed you were talking about the TV show. Don Simpson, producer from the movie Top Gun. He left after paying up to $25,000 and believed it was all bullshit. It cost him $25,000 in the beginning to believe this was bullshit. I don't know if there's a Tom Cruise Top Gun tie-in, but I have him on the list of Scientologists that left.
Yes.
And just happens to be the producer of Top Gun. Well, I don't know what else to say. I think it's time for a bathroom break. I'm going to get a refill. I'm going to get you a refill, and I'm going to drain the main vein. And I don't know. I'll leave you with a couple of seconds of Kindred playing over here. Let's see what they sound like. All right, so we're back. We've got our refills. We drained the lizard, if you will.
Are we going back to the Red Scare?
No, because...
You're not going to blacklist anybody else?
Listen, there's no segues here. I'm just going to tell the people that might be listening. We had a little discussion at the urinal and a discussion at the bar, and compared to last week's first episode,
right,
we had more of a natural flow. Because last week, we were just shooting the shit. We were just talking about whatever came to topic and what did we know about it.
And that's what we do best.
I thought I was doing my job by preparing for today, knowing we were going to talk about Scientology and conspiracy theories, but it's not what we have to talk about. And all I know is I made a list, and I'm like, all I can do is read through my list.
Yes.
And my buddy's going to read off of it, but I'm really not leaving you with much. I'm kind of just taking over, and we have nowhere to go.
No. But you did a lot. You know what? You should be proud.
I bet if
you did homework.
I did a lot of homework.
And you'd be proud of yourself for that.
I got paid to do that homework. I did all of this on the job today.
Well, that's a great thing about a union, isn't it?
Well, I still did my work. I did all my lesson planning. I'm ready for Monday's class. Today was a prep day.
Right.
I did all my prep.
Okay.
And then I prepped for the show, or so I thought. But apparently now I'm just fucking up the show.
It's a learning curve. We'll get better.
Oh, so you agree I'm fucking up the show?
A little bit.
Ah, fuck. All right, well, what do you want?
I tried, but, my superpowers only go so far.
So, what about conspiracy theories? Are we off of that now?
I think so.
It was so hot last week. It was a good lead-in.
But we also were drunk by the end of the episode.
Well, we were at least half-cocked.
We were. And I think you went a little too far with the prep and didn't go half-cocked into this conversation.
No, because I'm like, I know what I'm talking about. I was not half-cocked. I had a list of fucking names.
You had a vendetta. You were just about to create a jihad against Scientology.
No, not at all. I have no opinion on it either way.
But you seem very upset about it.
Listen, would you like to just clear the air?
Yes.
Do you want to play a round of drinking Uno on the air?
No.
Okay, but
that's something else. That's playing something else.
Well, hold on, wait. I have them somewhere. There you go. I did bring a stack of Uno cards.
Did you just fake find a deck of Uno?
I did. It was somewhere. It was in my hand the whole time.
You did just fake find a deck of Uno. You said you weren't going to fake laugh anymore twice. But you declared it. And then you just fake found a deck of Uno.
Yeah, but one thing I won't do is break the fourth wall. You just fucking bulldozed it.
I did.
All right, yeah, it's right here. There's an Uno deck. I did bring it. In case you don't know, whenever I bring, if we're going out drinking, we're doing something for the night, I will always bring a deck of Uno cards. Because something that I discovered back in, 2000 or 2001, anybody who wants to drink but doesn't like playing drinking games, everyone plays Uno from their childhood.
I don't know how to play Uno.
Well, it's like... Uno is a color-coded game with numbers and colors.
What if you're colorblind?
It's kind of like Rummy. Are you colorblind?
Possibly.
Oh, you're just being a dick? That's okay.
I'm being a dick.
All right, no problem.
You've got a fan over here.
That's okay. No, hey, welcome to the show. Half-Cock Conversations. in this game, it's color coded and it's numbers. And if there's a blue 7 put out by one person, the next
see color.
The next person has to put out a different colored 7 or a different blue. Or if you don't have it, you have to draw 2, draw 4, or you get skipped, or you reverse it.
Can I break the fourth wall again?
Oh, sure.
Do you think it's interesting for people to listen to, for you to teach me how to play Uno?
No, but that's the beauty of it. As an adult, whenever you have to draw 2 or 4, whenever you get a wild card, whenever you get fucked with a reverse, I
don't know what any of this means.
It's an opportunity to be forced to drink. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
All right, we're not going to do it now. Whatever. It was a joke. I'm saying, would you like to reset? But you know what? Maybe next time we will play 5 minutes. We'll play a round of drinking Uno, and we'll see what goes on.
You want to try that?
Why not? Because if anybody actually listens, you can drink with us. Who's your favorite podcaster? Whenever Bob drinks, you have to drink. Whenever Dave drinks, you have to drink. What the fuck else are you doing listening to this? Well, maybe you're driving.
You're driving, so you're encouraging drinking and driving.
No.
I think that's what you just said. Fuck, do you want to backtrack?
I'd rather go back to last week. I think we had a really good first episode.
I think it's fantastic.
I'm fucking up the second one.
No, it's fine now. But now I just get to make fun of you for your list.
I would like to find out that all of this conversation is drowned out by Kindred playing.
And we have to just do a second episode over again.
I mean, no less than 10 feet from us.
Yes.
All right, it's cool though. It's background noise. We are advertising that we're broadcasting from Buckley's Irish Pub, 386 Main Street in Center Moriches, New York, and they do have happy hour from 6 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Kindred's playing last week, this week, and next week.
Okay.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind when we plan this next week. All right, so we're not going to go into our conspiracy theories?
No, I mean...
I'll tell you what.
Dude, hold on. Let me take the reins here. Hand me your list here.
Please,
hand me your list here.
Oh, yeah, nice. Now, that is a list of the top 10 conspiracy theories going on. And...
All right, stop. I'll take the reins here for a second.
Yeah, all right.
All right, here we go. This is Bob's top 10 list of conspiracy theories.
Well, no, that's not mine. I actually researched that.
I know, but you made the list. You wrote it.
And I also shared it on our page.
Now, Illuminati. Do you understand that? Is that a thing you know about? Is that...
It is, from what I understand about the Illuminati, aside from what I read and what I know, it's the all-inclusive secret organization. They are
globalists.
They are behind the scenes. They are responsible for everything.
Rothschild, if you were.
Okay. I don't know what you mean. I'm not going to lie. What do you mean? What's Rothschild?
That's that guy, Rothschild. Apparently, the internet says he rules everything.
Isn't that a liquor? Rothschild?
No.
I brought the Rothschild. I thought it was like an old whiskey or a rye
Cutty
or
Shark?
something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I thought Jay-Z and Beyonce were the Illuminati. They are not?
I have no idea.
Okay, so now it says also here, number 2, Obama was not born in the USA.
Well, that apparently is a conspiracy. This is a list of the top 10 conspiracies that I believe...
Somebody's mad at us. That guy said it was his booth we stole.
Oh, are we in somebody's regular place? Because I'll tell you what, they fucking weren't here last week.
No, they weren't.
So where were they last week?
Don't know.
This is the top 10 conspiracies that half of our population believe at any given time this year or something. I don't know. Somewhere in my notes you'll read that.
Yes. I'm not going by your notes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going through your list and seeing what I can do here.
All right, so what's number 2?
I'm not going to touch the 9/11 thing as much as I want to do it.
Oh, well, no, I wanted to.
You want?
They're saying,
right.
Well, because you keep hearing things. Oh, no, number 2 is Obama was not born in the U.S.
We discussed that. Number 3 is 9/11 attack was an inside job.
Okay.
My personal belief was 3/11 was an inside job. But we'll not talk about that now.
I have nothing to say about that. I have no 3/11 jokes. I'm not going to start singing the verse of Down. It's just like...
Not that the... I'm going to read what you wrote here. Not that the U.S. did it or enacted it, but that we knew about it and did nothing.
Well, that's exactly it.
To stop it.
When
this guy is he's complaining the whole time I'm watching him. He's very adamant about the fact that we stole his booth.
I don't know anything about this. We were here last week. If you ask me, this is 2 in a row for us.
And this booth was an inside job.
Yeah. They told us to sit here. Fuck them. When you hear things like, 9/11 was an inside job, what that sounds like is we took part in it. We took part in covering it up. We had something to do with the planning. But when I read this today, it's not that we had something to do with it. It's that the U.S. knew about it. Bush and all of our intelligence agencies knew it was going to happen. And when we were tipped off on it, President Bush at the time did nothing to prevent it. And when it did happen, he then used that as the stepping off point to go into Iraq, which is exactly what he did.
So, okay.
Which is essentially him finishing his daddy's fight.
Now, what I'm gathering here is this is your first foray into conspiracy theories.
Dude, it's like politics. It's everyone has their fucking opinion, and I'll listen. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah, no, I don't really believe.
So is this your first, like, Google? Oh, you see, you're a big conspiracy theory guy?
No, not at all. But back in like '98, when I was back from college and working and thinking for myself, it was all about, oh man, the government's trying to keep us down.
The man's keeping you down.
Blah blah blah. I'm like, dude, I don't care. I just want to work and pay my taxes and just fucking hang out. But these conspiracies are out there, and that's what I learned about it today.
Okay. Now, lizard people, is that something?
Okay. I heard you mention the reptilians and the lizard people.
I'm taking a reins here. I'm interviewing you.
Have at it, yes.
Lizard people. Is that something you believe in?
No. But I'm seeing them on this new show that I'm watching, People of Earth.
Yes.
It's one of the categories of alien species, the lizard people, the reptilians.
Do you think it's a possibility?
I didn't know that it was really a thing.
Oh, it's a huge thing. The people blink 3 different ways, or what is it? 2 different ways?
I don't know. But I do know, listening to the Opie and Anthony show back when they were a thing on Sirius XM, I did hear an episode where Louis C.K. Louis C.K., yes. Louis C.K. was asking on the air Donald Rumsfeld, in all fucking seriousness,
yes,
are you a lizard person? Are you a reptile?
He never answered, did he?
Not only did he not officially answer it, Louis C.K. did not let up. He almost brought the show to a fucking halt, and he was really just like serious about it. Like, nope, I'm not going to talk about another thing until you answer my question.
Wait a minute, I do think I remember this, and I think he said, because he said, listen, I wouldn't want ramifications of me answering yes or no to this question. And he said, it's okay, I don't want you to answer yes or no anymore.
Right.
I want to find out why it's damaging to your career if you answer my question.
Exactly. Dude, I mean,
am I remembering that correctly?
If that's not it to a T, you're fucking on the ball.
Because he said, because I'm a huge Louis C.K. fan.
No, that's
and
exactly
I think it was like,
he was
like, okay, now, Donald, I'm more interested in why this is damaging to you.
He did not answer my question. No. Right. and he didn't let it go. And the show kind of ended. Like, there was no show after that.
Right.
Because he really brought it to such a reality. Like, here I am asking you this ridiculous question. Like, are you a fucking reptile? Are you an alien race?
Well, you know the story behind David Icke, right?
Who's David Icke?
He's the reptilian person, like, OG, if it were a thing.
If there was an original alien reptilian.
Well, it's not aliens. No. You've got this. So David Icke was a footballer, a.k.a. soccer player, what we call it in America. And then he became a commentator for British sports in the early 90s, I want to say. And then he visited a psychic who told him he was some sort of receiver for telepathic messages. And this is what he says. I'm not condoning any. I'm just going by him. And this is half cocked. So please correct me at Half Cocked Conversations on Facebook. But so then he slowly started to realize that evolution took 2 turns: us as humans, and then reptile people. You had 2 castes of people. And then I think I watched the original interview when he was wearing a blue windsuit from the 90s, and it was really awkward. That's what I remember, is the windsuit out of everything else. But yeah, he was a football player, soccer player, and now he's one of the leading conspiracy theorists in the world. And he came up with the idea of he catches reporters blinking twice from 2 different directions.
No.
It's crazy. Oh, yes.
I don't know anything about
That's a rabbit hole on YouTube if you want to go down it.
I'd rather not, but I believe you. You've seen it.
I have.
It might exist.
I've seen it in person.
I don't believe that there is a species of reptilian people.
No, there is definitely not.
And are they wearing fake skin?
But there's hermaphrodites.
What? There's hermaphrodites in the human race.
Yes.
You're saying all hermaphrodites are reptilian?
But they blink twice.
In their genitals?
No, their eyes.
All right.
You didn't know that?
No.
Hermaphrodites have 2 eyelids. just like two genitals.
No.
No, they don't. But I'm just
okay. All right. Hey,
but it can go that deep.
Always been gullible, and you said it with such conviction. But I did say, no.
I'm a Scientologist.
No, I was not prepared to believe you while you were saying that. Yeah, I don't know anything about reptile people and reptilians. It's just not happening.
All right, so let's read the next one. All right, I'm not going to go by your list because your list is at this point it's silly.
Top 10 conspiracy lists, conspiracy theories.
Now we have JFK, or we already went over aliens. Let's go back to FTA. What do we got here?
Well, the big one was
the Holocaust didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, no, I want stop right here. I want you to talk about this without offending anybody.
Okay, go what do you got?
I want you to explain to me how the Holocaust didn't happen without offending anybody, and talk about some sort of Zionist movement.
No, I can't.
You can't. I want you to do it. We're interviewing you right now.
No, I need that for a second. You fucked it up. Okay, no, yeah, okay. I just wanted to get my number right. Okay, the Holocaust didn't matter.
Don't offend anybody. That's a challenge. Do not offend anybody.
There is documented footage. In fact, the History Channel has also been dubbed...
So not Mel Gibson's father.
The Hitler Channel.
Okay.
The History Channel used to be all about Vietnam War. When I was in college... In 1995, 1996, the History Channel was kind of a new thing on cable.
Okay.
And it was all about our time in Vietnam. But since then, they have compiled and collected a massive collection of Nazi German memorabilia and video footage. In fact, they say Adolf Hitler is the #1 most filmed individual in U.S. history. There is more filmed footage of Adolf Hitler than anything or anybody else. So just going with that, in addition with his notoriety and famous film exposure,
okay,
it's documented the Holocaust happened. It's on film. The burial fields, the grounds, it's all there. And how do you tell 6 million Jews? How do you tell 6 million people that their families weren't killed in a Holocaust?
I don't know. This is your list. You tell me.
No, I got that from the internet.
Wait, so so it's not you who thinks the Holocaust didn't happen?
Oh, dude, this is not a list of the 10 things I think are fucking fake. I got this off the internet and I posted the link onto our page for everybody to go check out.
What are the arguments that the Holocaust is fake?
I don't know. I just know that it is an argument to be made.
There's an argument to be made? How?
I'm not making the fucking argument, pal.
That was the debate there.
No,
I want you to talk about how the Holocaust was fake without offending anybody.
No, but I want to thank you for bringing the show back to what we are. Two dicks talking about shit we don't know about.
Dude, come on. I'm just busting your balls.
Oh, fuck. So I over-prepared for our second show.
You definitely did. We've learned a lesson here.
Ah, fuck. Yeah, don't read off my notes.
No, we'll keep going here if you want to.
Well, here, how about this? No, you know what? Fuck it. You got the...
Okay, chemtrails. I know something you don't know.
Listen.
Legendary comic Dick Gregory, who just passed, was a big chemtrail guy.
Was he?
So was Prince, who also a Jehovah's Witness, and he could go on the Scientology category, because Jehovah's Witnesses are borderline just as insane as Scientologists. But Prince and Dick Gregory were both very outspoken chemtrail advocates.
Did you just say they're as insane as one another?
Yes.
Oh, so you're discrediting not only Scientologists, but Jehovah's Witnesses?
Yes.
Well, anybody who doesn't celebrate their birthday as a fucking holiday, you got a problem.
Okay. But, so you're talking about Dick Gregory and Prince?
Oh, gotta give me some of that Dick Gregory.
Yeah. But he was a big chemtrail guy. You didn't know that, did you?
No.
Oh, yeah, huge.
I don't believe in chemtrails. And in fact, the mother of my wonderful Lucy, an aviation major, actually, and she worked in the
we were
field
talking
of
about
aviation.
contrails.
Right, chemtrails and contrails are normal.
Oh, the actual, yes.
But that's the thing. When you see a jet in the air, the contrails, and I know this because we've had deep discussions about it, the person living in my house has schooled me on contrails. No,
right.
No, it has nothing to do with smoking weed or talking about,
no,
man, the chemtrails and the conspiracies. No, she's very serious about contrails. They're very natural. It's just a result of the moisture in the air going through the jet engine and then coming out the other end at such a high altitude and such a cold temperature. It is showing off in the form of a mist. It's a vapor.
But did you see the pictures?
I saw the pictures.
What about cloud seeding?
It's all natural occurrences.
Cloud seeding?
Listen, I am EPA certified. I am the New York City Transit Authority's EPA regulation certification.
So you know about cloud seeding?
No, I know about pressures and temperature and moisture.
Cloud seeding?
All right, so
what about
please?
What about China did during the Olympics? The cloud seeding to change the temperature in the air.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, apparently this list isn't very thorough.
Listen, if you want to change the temperature in the air, all you have to do is provide your surroundings in a pressurized environment. And when you manipulate the pressure through vacuum or positive pressure, you're going to manipulate the temperature in that surrounding. So if they did in, you said the Chinese Olympics?
Well, not the Chinese Olympics, the International Olympics, the Olympics.
Okay, in the Olympics, you're saying they manipulated the temperature of an arena? You can easily
there
do
was
that.
Cloud seeding, yes.
I don't know what cloud seeding is.
Cloud seeding is the act of playing up into the cloud. I might gotten too half-cocked here.
You see what happens when we don't know what we're talking about?
No, well, I'm telling you, cloud seeding
up.
is they go up and they drop, I think it's aluminum sulfate, into the clouds, and it creates rain. And so it can drop the temperature prematurely.
Well, it always gets cooler after it rains.
Weather control, HAARP. I'm sure you came across HAARP.
God. But this has nothing to do with chemtrails.
It does.
The chemtrail conspiracy is that all of our commercial liners up in the air,
yes,
that by no fault of their own release what they call contrails.
Yes,
which isn't even exhaust. We're not even call it exhaust.
No, it's
just the
byproduct.
You're just looking at a vapor trail.
A byproduct.
Sure, it's a byproduct
of a jet engine.
Of the jet engine in the high altitude.
Yes, sir.
You have a hot exhaust of the engine going through a cold atmosphere.
But I think what people get angry at is cloud seeding.
No. I don't know what that is. What we're talking about is contrails being confused with chemtrails. And the people who are chemtrail believers actually believe that the government is poisoning us through commercial jets, and that the line you see in the sky after your plane goes by is actually toxins and poison. That's
Possibly.
what chemtrail believers believe.
Yes.
So, but all I'm saying is that that's what these people believe. Why are you bringing it to something else that I don't even know about?
Because I told you, I go deep into conspiracy theories. I know how these are all connected.
But you're not talking anything about the contrails and
Well,
chemtrails.
it's all part of a weather control product.
There's nothing weather control about a JetBlue fucking Airbus up in the air producing contrails as it does its job of maintaining lift at a high altitude in a cold environment.
So are you telling me square up that you're a shill for the government?
Again, you're talking crazy.
No,
but guess what? That's what happens when you talk about this.
No, I don't believe it. It's all not true. I'm just playing the devil's advocate here. I'm being Al Pacino over here. Boys alive. Okay, no, it's not true. It's not true at all. But you can see how easily you can get down that argument with somebody.
No. I'm going to say no with this one, which is why I know you're kind of breaking my balls and you're trying to get something out of me. But this is like what it's like having a conversation with a truther.
Yes.
And I'm like, but you're faking it, but you're getting the same reaction out of me.
You're getting very frustrated.
You motherfucker. I'm just trying to tell you, contrails
but you can see how
is
easy
a natural
it is.
byproduct of a jet up in the high altitude, low temperature. And then you're just coming out with something else like, yeah, but that's this. You have fucking recreated the feeling of talking to one of these dipshits.
Yes.
Will you fucking please stop?
I'm very good at it.
You're hurting me, though. But I like it. I'm a little drunk, and this is what we're supposed to do. I can't get over the fact that I actually prepared for the show, and it kind of led to being a bomb. We actually had a better time last week talking about what's off the top of my head.
It has to go off the top of our head.
I did prepare for last week, though, but all I did was I had a list of...
And we didn't even go off that list.
Yeah, we did. We talked about the top 10 things for how to make a podcast. And
no, that was on the spot.
It was, right? Because it was fucking on the fly.
Yeah.
I prepared for this. All right, next time, less preparation. Hey, so anyway, speaking of preparation...
So this could be a bonus episode for somebody. If you listen to this episode all the way through, I'll give you $1.
No, don't say that. Don't say that, because we're going to be quite popular. We're already, and I hate to say it, local celebrities. Apparently somebody here noticed you from the internet.
I am...
Is he still here? No, there was a drunk at the bar.
He was very adamant.
He says he knows you.
From the internet. He was harassing me while I had my dick in my hand in the bathroom.
That's twice. That's 2 weeks in a row we have had a bathroom incident.
Yes.
Only this one didn't involve.
He was like, I'm very happy you're doing what you're doing. I see you on the internet all the time, and I was like, Chief, I don't know if that's me. I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. He's like, no, it is. But I can't deny it.
Hold on. How does he see you all the time on the internet?
He said he recognizes my photo, my pictures, and me, which could be weird.
What's all the time on the internet? If it's show related, we've only been posting on the internet for a week.
Well, you abandoned me in the bathroom by myself.
He might have also just.
So what would it be? You left me in that situation.
I did because I don't talk to drunk people in the bathroom. Well, this guy was drunk, he was in the middle of drunk rant conversation.
So you're saying Mav left Goose in the bathroom? You're the reason Goose died.
Listen.
Oh no! You just said you left me in that bathroom with that guy.
Not everything is going to be a good callback. I know we talked about Top Gun and that Tom Cruise and the producer of the movie were Scientologists.
And exactly.
But just saying Top Gun again and Goose and Maverick doesn't bring it all back together.
But you left your partner in the bathroom.
Because just like my list, it's forced.
But you didn't. So you're saying you didn't.
You're saying I left my partner behind.
And you left your partner behind in the bathroom.
So you're Goose and I killed you in the bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry, pal. It took all that. I actually understand what you're talking about. It might have been a shitty reference, but I'm drunk enough.
It was a perfect reference.
You could bring me back to it.
Perfect reference.
I don't know, man. This might be another time for a quick bathroom break.
Oh, no.
I'm fucking full of them,
So you just want to wrap it up?
Do you want to wrap up, or are we done?
Well, we're right.
All right. What do you say? What do you say next time? We don't go heavily prepared. We still want to talk. We still want to talk about conspiracy theories because I do like the attitude of your next tattoo.
That's not conspiracy theories, though.
Back and to the left.
That's cryptozoology. Oh, JFK, yes.
JFK, back and to the left.
Woody Harrelson's dad?
See, I don't know about that.
Woody Harrelson's dad most likely might be one of the people who killed JFK. He was arrested 2 days after.
Why are you not mentioning this while you're reading through my bullshit list? You're more focused on making fun of my list and mocking the whole fucking first hour of the show.
Because it's supposed to be funny.
It's fucking hilarious.
I don't know about all that.
Well, I'm just not fake laughing today. I noticed while listening to last week's podcast.
So you fake laughed at my jokes?
No, but I know when a joke is being made, and just in case the listeners, I feel like the need to. And I'm trying to stop that today.
Okay.
If it's funny, they'll laugh. I don't have to fake the laugh.
No.
It's like canned laughter. Let's not do that.
So this one is basically just an abortion right here.
No, I wouldn't say that. This is episode 2, September 15th, 2007.
It's going to get better.
We're currently at an hour and 28 minutes.
Yes.
And we are at Buckley's Irish Pub, 386 Main Street in Sedema Riches. And
time and temperature.
Kindred is playing right now between, I believe, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock. They're the happy hour band. You got Caitlin and Joe doing some acoustic, and I don't know. I always said, we'd get them on, we'd interview them, but they're only playing when we're talking.
Yeah.
So there is no interview, and we're not plugging them. They're not advertising us, but guess what?
We could say, hey, you want to come over here, hang out, and have a conversation, but I don't know what time they stop.
It's all right. We're going to be gone and done before that.
Exactly.
So I just wanted to take a bathroom break. Do you want to quit? Are you done for the day?
I think we're done.
We got about an hour and a half. Do you consider this one as a fucking wash? This is not a good episode.
It's not a good episode. We can put it out there.
I wouldn't mind listening to it, though. Because if anything, I'm a fan of making fun of myself. I like to throw myself under the bus. I'm a big fan of self-deprecating humor.
Okay.
And I believe that helps you get the ladies. The ladies like a guy with a good sense of humor. The ladies like a sarcastic guy. And when you're a fat guy all through your life, you become funny. You throw yourself under the bus. You'd rather get the chuckle before they laugh at you.
Okay.
And I'm losing weight. I'm down 20 pounds total. But I still have the funny fat guy mentality.
Okay.
So I don't mind making fun of me. You can make fun of me. You guys out there can make fun of me. And when you hear this show, feel free to email us, comment on the Facebook page. When we get listeners, you will be part of the show. And we'll take all of your comments. And maybe we can even figure out a way, if we know we're always going to be doing this on a certain Friday, between a certain time, we can post an online phone number. We can actually have callers come in.
Or a live podcast.
Or a live podcast with people who want to make fun of us and critique our bullshit.
Or hang out with us.
And critique and make fun of us. Sure, why not? I mean, yeah. I mean, we're having a live podcast now. The only problem is the only people that we know is drunk people that claim to know us and want to talk about us
people
in the
who
bathroom,
are angry because we're in their booth.
and people that are pissed off because apparently we're in their booth.
All right.
Anyway. Well, here's an hour and 30 minutes of a podcast. I do hope we get into the conspiracy theory talk a little more in the future, because I do want to talk about Netflix, some conspiracy theory documentaries, including Room 237, which is
Kubrick.
It's the documentary about Stanley Kubrick actually recreating fake footage that everybody saw on TV of the moon landing.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that we faked the moon landing. Buzz Aldrin did land on the moon.
You sure?
He's notorious for knocking people out that question.
It happened once.
His authenticity. It only has to happen once for it to be legend.
You know what though? It is fact that NASA did fake the moon landing,
but
just in case they died.
Hold on a second. No, I won't even go there. And this is what we'll talk about next time. We're not going to get into it now. But it's just like we talked about 9/11 conspiracy. It was an inside job. The U.S. was in on it. It's not that we planned it. It's not that we carried it out. But we might have known about it and didn't do anything to stop it.
Okay.
This way, when it did happen, we would blame Iraq and invade Iraq.
Okay.
Because Bush promised his daddy, I'm going to get that motherfucker for you, Pop. The same as
that's
the moon.
A stretch.
Okay, it's a stretch, but that's the point of view. And it's the same point of view as we faked the moon landing. Not that we didn't go to the moon. We definitely went to the moon. But that's not the footage that you saw. The footage that you saw was filmed on a soundstage.
Yes.
And the rumor is that Stanley Kubrick filmed it because NASA and the U.S. was so impressed with his space footage from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey that they said, we got to get this guy to do our footage. Because, and thank you for letting me rant on this, not that I did my research, this is actually something that I know about.
This guy over here.
Hey, come on, you want to talk? Come on over here. I'm telling you, one way or the other, you could turn that mic on if they talk.
Yeah.
One way or the other, we do have fans, and apparently people think that we're in their assigned booth.
A sign booth.
Maybe this is their local hangout, and they just flashed us a sign that said, you're still sitting in our booth. And I appreciate that, but I do believe it's a fucking conspiracy. So add that to our list of conspiracies.
Right.
But I'm going to wrap this up with what I was saying. This is actually something I've seen the documentaries, and I do believe not that the whole thing was a conspiracy. We did go to the moon.
Yes.
But the footage everybody saw on their television sets was filmed on a sound studio, and Stanley Kubrick could have been the producer and the director of it. Because we were racing with the Russians. It was a race to get to space. And just because we got there doesn't prove to all of the Americans who watch it on TV that we actually got there.
Can I say something now?
Yes.
Okay, you're done.
Yeah,
I'm cutting you off.
All right, good. That's all I had to say.
I'm cutting you off.
Sure.
Now, what I'm going to say now is I think I caused a fever. You went down a rabbit hole, and you're trying to drag yourself out.
Oh, no.
You absorbed a lot of information, you're trying to process it on the podcast right now. You're like, I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. Now you're ranting and raving. I'm taken aback. I'm taken aback by what you...
Because, you know why? Because finally, with all of my preparation and with all of the bullshit that we did for an hour and a half, I finally brought something to the table that I could actually wax intellectual and talk about.
No. I could break that all apart for you right now if you want me to.
Next time.
No, we're not doing prep. We're not doing prep episodes next time.
No, we're not. But next time we're going to talk about.
You can bring it up naturally one time if you want.
We're going to talk about the conspiracy theories behind
I can dismantle all those arguments for you.
Well, do that next time. We're going to talk about JFK and the fake moon landing, and that's all.
You want? Yeah. All right.
Without any further preparation than what we already did. I know what I know, and you know what you know.
And we'll go for that.
All right, how's that for a fucking finale? I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of Kindred playing their acoustic violin version of a Pearl Jam song. I'm going to get rid of my noise filter so that you can get the ambiance. And we're going to let this run till they're done with the song.
All right, everybody.
All right, buddy. I'll see you next time.
As Rose would say, stay golden.
Fuck, they're done with the song.
Preparation.
Adios, guys.